Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. So here I am today to answer to the question, what does brand equity mean? But to do so, I need to first tell you about the context for a better understanding. There are two dominant theories regarding company strategies, the resource-based view and the market-based view. Let's focus on the latter. The market-based view focuses on product, market position, and competition. In the market-based view strategy, the main strategic focus is to reach a favorable position within the industry. To do so, a company should know how to influence what we call the Porter's five forces: the bargaining power of customers, of suppliers, the threat of substitute product, of new entrants, and the competitive rivalry within the industry. And one of the influencing factors on the two latter is brand equity. So now, the definition. Brand equity is defined as the additional benefit a customer associates with a brand, which makes it unique compared to all other brands available in the market. In other words, brand equity means the customer perception and loyalty to the brand and what we call brand awareness. The latter is defined as a company's level of customer consciousness that measures the potential customer's ability to not only recognize a brand, but also to associate it with a certain company's product or services. So, how can brand equity affect the competitive rivalry within the industry? Well, as a competitive advantage, it allows the company to realize higher sales, higher revenues, and more especially to command a premium prices that customers are willing to pay for a recognized brand's product over a lesser known or generic version of the same product. And how can brand equity also affect the threat of new entrants? Thanks to intellectual property rights, notably trademarks and patents, companies are able to establish brand equity because customers are prevented from easily switching to new products or services offered from new companies. So, to summarize, having brand equity means that a company has successfully differentiated itself from its competitors in some way. Whether it is superior product quality, excellent customer service, or an effective marketing campaign, some aspect of the business has garnered enough recognition and respect from customers to push them to spend more money on the product rather than another one that would be available and cheaper or similar in the market. This brings us to the first strategy where brand equity can be applied, the differentiation strategy. The differentiation strategy calls for the development of a product or service that offers unique attributes customers perceive to be better than or different from the product of the competition, thus allowing companies to charge premium prices. That's why firms operating successfully a differentiation strategy often have a high brand equity for quality and innovation. By the way, the highest level of market differentiation is user experience differentiation, which is based on brand equity. Companies enforcing this type of strategy are able to build emotional and social connection and have fiercely loyal customers with low churn. This strategy requires research into customers' aspiration to understand what excites them, what their affinities are, and what values they have. Secondly, brand equity can also be used in branding strategies, and more especially in brand extension strategy, co-branding strategy, and ingredient branding strategy. Brand extension strategy means using an established brand name on new products, product category, or service, and thus saving time and money when introducing it because the brand is already known. And if the new product category, or service is successful, the success can reinforce the brand and provide it with even more brand equity. Then we have the co-branding strategy, which consists in using two brand names owned by two separate companies to capitalize on the brand equity of each brand and enhance the success of the new product or service launched. Eventually, we also have the ingredient branding strategy, which refers to the process by which the host brand bases its marketing strategy on the ingredients used in its product. It seeks to signal the high quality of the product based on the perception of this particular ingredient. The brand equity of this ingredient is then particularly important where the customer is unable to effectively evaluate the performance of the product prior to the purchase. So, as brand equity is an important tool in a company's strategy, it is important to implement it during the early growth stage of the new product or service and not when it is necessary, And this, especially when the increasing number of competitors entering the market, make the purchase decision for the customer even more complex. But brand equity is especially important because of its impacts. Indeed, brand equity allows you to strongly influence the financial position of the brand, create a competitive advantage, create brand awareness, and to minimize the negative impacts of negative events. So let's now see how Apple built those impacts through brand equity. First impact of brand equity, the strong influence on the financial position of Apple. By always bringing new successful products to the market, Apple has clearly gained the trust of customers, allowing Apple to continue to charge premium prices for each new product released. Second impact of brand equity, the creation of a competitive advantage by standing out in the marketplace. Apple created a whole ecosystem and ingrained its product into customers' everyday lives, playing a role in everything from when you are checking your watch to how you communicate at work or with family, taking pictures and watching TV and sports. Apple clearly delivered on its brand promises and earned its way to be the most valued brand in the world by allowing all the social connection. Third impact of brand equity, the creation of brand awareness. While being successful, Apple's products and services continue to be distinctive in design and features. Whether it is the ubiquitous wide earbuds of the AirPods, or the distinctive design of its computing hardware, or the iconic design of Apple stores, you cannot mistake an Apple product, service, or store when you see it, and customers clearly use Apple products and service as a way to make a statement about their identity or personality. Moreover, and in order to promote those products, Apple has been consistently producing ads that have captured customer interest on TV and digital. But Apple does not only create brand awareness through its successful products or services, but also through its commitment. Indeed, Apple has also championed the initiative the organization strongly believes in, such as customer privacy, inclusion and diversity, racial equality and justice, supporting climate change by being environmentally more conscious through the reduction of plastic in packaging, and by supporting education initiatives. This behavior allows Apple to build emotional and social connection with its customer because they are not just buying Apple's product or services for the sole purpose of this product or service, but because they want to buy products or service from a company sharing their values. Eventually, last impact of brand equity, the minimization of negative impact following the negative events. So to illustrate it, let's see the commercial released by Apple at the beginning of the year 2024. So here we saw a commercial where various items, including a piano, a jukebox, a statue, and even books, were slowly crushed to make way for Apple's new product, the iPad Pro. However, in the context of social anxiety surrounding artificial intelligence, many artists were angered by this commercial, interpreting it as a sign that artificial intelligence was intending to replace human art. For instance, Hugh Grant tweeted, "The destruction of the human experience," in response to Tim Cook's tweet presenting the iPad Pro. And since this interpretation was not anticipated, Apple issued an apology and decided not to air the commercial on TV as initially planned. And despite this commercial incident being a misstep for Apple, it's important to note that no significant negative impact has been reported following this event. This suggests that Apple's existing brand equity likely helped to minimize the negative impacts of these negative incidents.